I'm going to try to go faster with Quizizz. I knew this would be a problem for me. I could have talked way more about Kaizana. Okay, so the next tool is Quizizz. If you played Kahoot, it's a lot like Kahoot. I like it better. Misty said she's liked it better. I had my daughter, actually I had my whole family play some games this morning so I could have some reports since I don't have a class that I'm currently using. And my daughter said she really liked it better. A benefit to Quizizz, well, I agree with her. My daughter said specifically she liked it because she can retake the quizzes as many times as she wants if you have that feature turned on, which is great. And then another feature that she found she really liked is she found it more engaging. She found that when she's played Kahoot and Quizizz in her class, it's always Quizizz that gets the kids all excited and up and running. She said there's just something about it. So I'm going to show you Quizizz. Quizizz could work, Dave, for you because you can type in mathematical functions and upload pictures as well. So this might be a workaround for those math quizzes. So let's go. Oh, I have to share my screen again. Okay, now we're switching gears and going to Quizizz. So Quizizz is a quiz with lots of different options on different questions that you can ask. And you can use it on any device that has a browser. There's also an app for like an iPad app or an Android app. So iOS and Android both have apps. If you are using Google Classroom, there is integration, and I'll show you that. But if you are not, you can play live games as well and still get the reports. So it's not required for you to set up a classroom, but if you're using Google Classroom, then I would recommend it. So once you join, I joined with Google. This is what your dashboard is going to look like. Actually, let me go to the home. Okay, so this is me. And down the side, you're going to see lots of options. So create a new quiz, my classes. If you're going to set up with Google Classroom, this is where you would do it. And it'll say import or update. Unfortunately, my class doesn't have any kids in it, so it was pretty worthless to do that. So I just created my own class by sending out a join code, but kids do need to have emails for this. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. I would just do a live quiz. So the first thing you're going to want to do is create a new quiz. It's going to ask you to name it. And I don't know, it asks you what subjects you teach. So it'll ask you to kind of choose what subject or grade level it is for. And it brings you to this quiz editor screen. And you have a choice of 5 different questions: multiple choice, checkbox, fill in the blank, poll, open-ended. You can either do new questions all on your own, or you can use teleport. Teleport gives you access to quizzes that have already been created. So if I'm doing, say, fractions, I could type it and see what pops up. You can add questions that other people have already created, if that helps. I am going to go back though, and I'm actually going to start with one I've already done because I don't want to take the time to retype. So if I go into my quizzes, I can pull up something that I've already done. And I'm going to go just to this demo. Okay, so this has an example of all the types of questions. Okay, so this is what that same screen would look like. I can still teleport and add more questions. I can still add new questions to my screen. Here on the side, it'll tell you a quiz quality to kind of tell you if you've done what they think the important parts of developing a quiz are. You can choose to ignore it or not, it's up to you. But a multiple choice question, you can add an audio file in the question or a picture, but not both. That's important because I was trying to actually do a phonemic awareness quiz for our little ones, where if they didn't know the vocabulary of the picture, they could look at the picture and hear what it was, but I wasn't able to do that. So you can play the audio file, you give the answer choices, you let Quizizz know which one is the correct one, determine how long you want students to have to answer the question. That's important, especially if you've got a longer math problem. You're not going to want to give them 30 seconds to answer. That might be kind of mean. So these are all multiple choice. This is a fill in the blank, and on fill in the blank, you're going to have to write your answer and then give alternatives, because it's going to score it automatically, and if they type it slightly different, then it wouldn't recognize it as a correct answer. So you want to give kind of multiple ways that they might answer that. Then there is checkbox, and checkbox can have multiple true answers. So if I wanted to say, hope if I edit it, I'm going to lie and say that Finding Dory is about Dory's take on Finding Nemo, and I'm going to save. So in this one, there are 2 correct answers. Not really, but we'll do it like that. This is a poll. You can include polls. They are automatically marked as correct because there really is no correct answer in a poll. So it will mark it as correct for the students. And then there are short answer as well. And for these, it will also mark it as correct because it keeps score of how kids are doing. But you will need to go and look at their responses. Obviously, it wouldn't be able to automatically score those. So if one of the other features that I didn't include here is that you will see you can add math equations. And when you type this, it will bring up symbols so that you're able to do that. So kind of scroll through depending on how advanced your math is. Oops, nope, don't want to do that. Close this. Okay, so I've created, I'm going to cancel that.